What I love about making film is that you get to know about stories and people that you may never have encountered. In Birmingham, I met this young Muslim historian. He was very well known in Britain at the time. He said, "Awad, did you know that hundreds, if not thousands of young Muslim men have fought for Britain?" I said, "Really?" He said, "Yes." He said, "They buried in the cemetery not far from my house here."
Some of the youngest boys that died fighting for this country were barely 13 and 14 years old. So who remembers them? And do we know about their story? Does the average British person know that so many Muslims fought for this country? No, they don't.
He said, "Awad, young Muslim men, as far as the First World War and even before, has fought for this country. But the racists, the people who don't want us to be in this country, always point their fingers at us and tell us, what have you done for Britain?" And here I say, this is what we have done for Britain. What really touched me about the story is I couldn't really believe him in the beginning. I'm so skeptical, really? Young Muslim men have fought for Britain? He said, yes, they have fought for Britain, Awad, and they have died.
Here's the story of so many Muslims that fought in the heart of Italy against the flower of the German troops. They were fighting for Britain. Abdulaziz was someone who came to this country. He became a British citizen. He married a local English lady. And in the early 1940s, he then enlisted for the Pioneer Corps, and he would have been serving in France. And from what we know about his records, he was injured pretty badly in France and brought back to Britain, and eventually succumbed to his injuries and died. And he is now buried in the cemetery, Weedy Castle, in Birmingham. And people often question us on what did you do for Britain? What did you do for Europe?
So when I went to the cemetery and I saw the names engraved on those gravestones, I was really touched. And that really affected me a lot.